This is going to be really important for people who are trying to become the strongest they can be, but also lose a little bit of weight. So if you are somebody who is currently dieting and you want to get stronger at the same time, is all hope lost for you? Well, here's the deal. Calorie deficits, generally speaking, lead to a loss of both muscle as well as fat. And the larger the overall deficit, the larger the overall calorie deficit is, that is, the more loss there is going to be of both of these things, right? Of both of these things. So I want you to consider that. When you're trying to lose weight, you need to eat less calories per day than you are burning to overall lose weight, right? We all know this. So if you are in a large calorie deficit, so let's say you need 2,500 calories per day to maintain your weight. You are not gaining or losing any weight. And let's say you're eating 2,000 calories and 2,500 is your maintenance. You're eating 500 less calories. When you do that, you will lose fat. You will also lose a little bit of muscle. Now, if you cut that even further to 1,500 calories that you're eating, now you're eating 1,000 less calories per day, you're going to lose more fat, quite a bit more fat, but also more muscle. So keep that in mind. That's just something I wanted to kind of preface. Now, muscle mass usually correlates to strength, and it usually correlates to our overall strength, as in the more muscle you have, usually the stronger an individual is. Now, this doesn't always happen to be the case, and you'll probably see some people at the gym who don't look like they have a lot of muscle, but can lift a large amount of heavy weight. And you're thinking, geez Louise, how does he do that? He doesn't have much on him. Well, chances are he probably does have a decent amount of lean body mass, but strength isn't always correlated to your overall muscle mass. Strength is somewhat neurological, as in your body's ability to basically fire all the neural signals at the same time to allow you to use whatever muscle you have to push. So somebody could have a very small amount of muscle, but their body and their neural signals are so snappy and their movement patterns are so good that they can ultimately do that exercise almost as if they had more muscle. So strength is neurological. There's also some muscle-based strength, which is kind of what I said, where if you get a little bit bigger of a muscle, that's going to lead to more overall strength development long-term as well. So when it comes to kind of the, what's the general synopsis here? Am I screwed? Am I not going to be able to gain any strength? What's going on? So getting stronger in a deficit is very difficult for the exact reason I just mentioned, that when you are in a deficit, you are losing muscle, which when you lose muscle, usually you are going to lose a little bit of strength, but you can maintain strength. And that's why resistance training is so incredibly crucial to do. The more severe your deficit is, the harder it's going to be for you to keep your strength or even get stronger. And also the leaner you get, the harder it's going to be for you to overall keep your strength and potentially even get stronger. If you are somebody who has been lifting for a very long period of time, it probably is going to be ultimately impossible for you to get stronger in a calorie deficit unless you are untrained in a specific movement, or on the flip side, if you're somebody who's very untrained, period. So the first example, maybe you haven't bench pressed forever. I don't bench press a lot. And say I started losing weight today, and then I just started this bench press routine that had me bench pressing 4 times a week, I would probably lose weight and I would be losing a little bit of fat and muscle, but I would probably gain strength because I haven't been doing that movement frequently, even though I'm very highly trained. Also on the flip side, usually people who are very undertrained can lose a lot of weight, a lot of fat, and actually build muscle and strength at the same time. So this is the case where if you're a beginner, that's great news, because you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, building muscle and strength at the same time and losing fat, that's amazing. That doesn't happen for a lot of people unless they're on like anabolic steroids or something. So when you're first starting out, that is something you can 100% look forward to. You're going to lose a lot of fat very quickly and gain a lot of strength very quickly. But getting stronger in a calorie deficit is pretty difficult for most individuals, but you might be in that demographic where it is possible. Go ahead and like the video if this has given you some good value so far.